am always impressed with the creative methods teachers use to get kids engaged. Our next guest provides educators with a cool tool that actually gets kids out of the classroom and on their feet, all while helping them learn. It's called the Walking Classroom. Let's welcome now the CEO for the Alliance for a Healthier Generation, Kathy. Give it up for Kathy, y'all. I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you. We love teachers, so thank you so much for that.
We love teachers.
We love teachers. Explain what the Walking Classroom is.
Yeah, when you think about talking to your children or any child, and you say, what's your favorite class, what do they say?
Usually recess or
recess,
PE.
right? You know, so that's what the Walking Classroom does. It combines walking with learning. So physical activity and brain health come together.
Yeah.
And it is
gets them moving too, not just so static in one spot.
Exactly, they're out there moving. So the Walking Classroom is a MP3 player. Doesn't connect to the internet, which is a great thing for teachers and parents. And there are 30 kits that go to a school, essentially, that are used in many classrooms. So anywhere from 3rd grade to 8th grade.
Yeah.
And there's 190 podcasts that are 20 minutes long that tie from social studies to STEM, from language arts to history. All those podcasts are on there. So they walk, listen, and learn.
It's such a brilliant idea. So learning continues through the Walking Classroom once students are back inside, right?
Yes, absolutely. And there's prompts in each podcast. Like it'll say, like, if you're finished with this podcast, find someone else who's done, and then ask them, what did they learn? What did they like? What was most interesting to them?
Discussion about it, yeah.
We also have the lesson plan for the teacher for every podcast. So when the kids come back to the classroom, and I go all around the country to the schools and see this in action. The kids will get into small groups. They share and exchange ideas of what they liked the most, what they learned, what was confusing to them, maybe what they need more information on. And then the teacher always works them through other prompts where they can stand up and share some of their favorite thoughts about the lesson.
I love that it also creates confidence, independence, like that independent learning, which is so great. You're not just sitting there and being talked at, you're like immersed in it.
The peer learning that takes place, absolutely.
Yeah. How can teachers access the Walking Classroom?
Well, there's 500,000 of these kits that have already been distributed to schools since its inception. And now we have 320 schools that are on the wait list. So they can come to our website. Schools actually purchase this from us. A classroom kit is 30 kits for $6,000. And then it's a huge opportunity for philanthropy. So whether it's a foundation, whether it's a personal philanthropist, someone in the community, a local business that would want to buy this for their school.
Is that why there's the waiting list? People are trying to get the funds for it.
They're trying to get the funds. So 320 schools are on our wait list. That's more than 20,000 kids that could be moving tomorrow if we could fund that.
Is there a way, like people, like if they're not a teacher, if they don't have kids, is there a way that people, like a website they can go to kind of donate to like buy that?
Yes, if you went to our healthiergeneration.org website, we'll take you right to all that information on the Walking Classroom.
Absolutely. Well, this is just one of the many programs, right, that you support with the Alliance?
Yes.
Yeah, what's
So the Alliance for a Healthier Generation, we're 20 years young now, so we just celebrated our 20-year birthday this year. It's a big deal.
That is a big deal.
Thank you. And so we're a national public health organization that we focus on children's health, and our work is national, but we do the work in community. Couple of things. One is that we have our Action Center, and this is a place that anyone can go to, any teacher, any parent can go to. They can access our tools, our trainings, our webinars, assessment tools. Anything that we have that we're producing is there for them to have free of charge.
Like a library of sorts for them.
It is a library, right, online library. So we also lead America's Healthiest School Awards program. And so this is what we have for the schools to apply for. And then they apply in these areas. So Walking Classroom is physical activity, but there's also nutrition, there's also social emotional health. There's
I was like, that also impacts the mental health.
Exactly,
which is really
and as well as school health services and family engagement.
Yeah.
So the America's Healthiest School Award is a way for schools to be recognized for the work that they are doing.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. We have one of the many teachers who uses it with us now. Everybody welcome Tara. teacher. We really appreciate you. How long have you been using the walk-in classroom?
So we've been using the walk-in classrooms at my elementary school, Covert Elementary School in Rockville Center, for about 3 years now.
Yeah.
And it's been absolutely amazing for all of the kids involved. You have the academic component there. There are so many podcasts on so many different topics, and they're super supportive to all learners.
Yeah.
You have the engagement component, which is that all kids are just jumping up, putting their headphones in and taking a walk, and they're super engaged throughout the whole process because you feel like you've been invited on a walk that you're listening to. It's also super supportive for all of the kids just because if you think about it, a 10 to 20 minute walk feels like nothing. It's just a quick blip of the day. But if we actually transcribed everything that goes into that podcast, it would be pages and pages long of information.
Yeah.
But you might lose some kids with a packet. And so this makes it feel like it's seamless. Like you get up, you plug in, you take a walk, you learn so much, and you chat with the partner after and digest, and it's been fantastic in our room.
How have you seen the impact? Because for 3 years, like, you know, before the 3-year mark, like, how have you seen it kind of change the classroom?
It was really beneficial because it felt like we were able to give the kids what they need, which is a break, which is a walk, which is some time moving their body, but we're also not sacrificing instructional time. They're still learning, and if anything, they're learning even better after listening to the podcast because they're awake, they're refreshed, they learned about the podcast, and later in the day, they're still carrying that energy.
Yeah. So take us through an example of you using the walk-in classroom.
Sure. So if I'm looking through my planning and what's upcoming, there are certain podcasts that I know would fit in really well. So if we're doing something about the Constitution, there's plenty of really supportive podcasts that go along well with that. And we can plug those into our plan book, and we know that that's a day that we'll do the walk-in classroom, and the kids will be excited for that.
Yeah.
There's also opportunity for more of the podcasts that are a little bit more versatile. So there are ones about money. There are ones about how taxes work, how to turn a hobby into a career. So those can be implemented a little bit more trickled throughout the school year, and they don't have to really attach so much to the curriculum. But it's really fantastic.
It's
when we
brilliant.
use it, yeah. Can I show you how to use it?
Yes.
Yeah. So when we use it, the kids know they'll receive the whole thing. You're going to turn it on. You're going to click that orange button, and it says listen anywhere. You have this, and you'll put it around your neck.
Just like a museum. I love it.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
And then we'll go to the podcast that we're going to be doing. So they're all numbered. So we'll say we're going to do podcast 114 today. The kids will all click over to 114. We don't get up yet. We plug in, then we stand up, we tell our security, we tell our secretary we're going outside for a walk, we review the rules, and then we all click play together, and we take our walk outside. So.
Yes. And then they can discuss with each other too, right?
Yeah.
That's what she was saying.
Yeah.
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 Afterwards, we usually like to stay outside, and the kids can chat with the partner about what they really liked within the podcast, anything they learned that they're willing to implement in their life immediately. It's really a really nice thing for kids to converse and also converse with others who maybe they don't always talk to just because they're so jazzed up with what they just learned.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's just so brilliant. So you found other uses for it as well, right?
Absolutely. I think it's a really versatile tool just because it spans for so many grades and there's so many topics available that you can find something for every kid. So some teachers use it in small groups throughout the district, they'll use it. And I've used it with kids who are looking to learn the language a little bit better and are just eager to listen to the actual language.
Yeah.
Or kids who have had just a day that's kind of overstimulating and they need a beat to themselves and they want to take a 10-minute walk with an adult, they can do that too. So it's really versatile and useful for everybody.
Yeah. Oh, look at this, so cute.
Yeah.
So you wanted to say something to Kathy, right?
Yes, thank you so much for this program. It's really fantastic for the kids and fantastic for us as well. We love it.
Oh, Tara, thank you. I mean, and all the teachers, you represent them in such a beautiful way, and we couldn't do this work without you. Thank you.
We couldn't do anything without teachers. You guys are incredible. Well, our friends at Conagra Brands Foundation believe everybody deserves consistent access to healthy habits and nutritious food, and to support the great work that you're doing with the young people you serve through the Alliance, they're donating $5,000. You're going to be getting $5,000 out.
Thank you. Thank you.